Welcome to another tutorial. Kendra by Oma here. So today we're going to be learning how to make this cowl halter neck backless top. As you can see in the video, it's backless. Okay. Now you could rock this alone, or you could wear a turtleneck or anything, anyhow you want to rock it. Let's dive into the tutorial. So I'm going to be using this fabric. I think the one here is about 1.5 thereabout. We're going to be using this fabric, and the measurements you need how deep you want your cowl to be. But I'm going to be using 36 because I don't want it to be so deep. This 36 is okay. So you need your cowl measurement. I'm using 36. You need your round neck. For the round neck, I'm using 17. I'm using 17 inches. You can use 16 or 17. It depends on your preference. And then the next thing we are going to be using the length of the cowl top. It depends on your preference. I want it long, so I'm going to be using 33 inches. I'll be using 33 inches, okay? So I folded into two. It's 36 inches. Now since it's folded into two, we'll be taking 18 inches, let's say 19 inches, because we're going to be sewing the edges. So this is what we have, 19 inches, 19 inches. So we're going to be taking 19 inches. When you open, you're having 38. Then the length, I'm going to be taking 34 inches. Okay. So we'll go ahead and rule, then we'll cut it. So I'll go ahead and cut. The next thing I'm going to be doing, I'm going to be taking from the full length to where I want my waist to be. I want it to be at 18 inches. Okay? 18 inches. So from the 18 inches, I'll just do it like so. Okay? This 18 inches, that's where I'm going to be attaching the belts. Okay, so I'll just go ahead and use my curve and curve it. So remember what I told now, it's optional, you can leave it like that, but I want it to be a bit curved. Okay? So from where I have the 18 inches, now like I said, it's optional. We'll be cutting it. So this is what it looks like when we open it. Okay? This is what it looks like. See how curvy this place is. The next thing we are going to be doing, we are going to be drafting the neckline. Okay? So we're just going to be taking Let's see how many this is. This is 4.5. When you fold 4.5 into 2, it's not bad. It's not bad like this. So the neckline is actually 17 inches. So go ahead and mark 18 inches. Then I'm going to be cutting out this ones to make it even, okay? So this is what I'm going to use for the belt. Now you can use any length you want, but this is what I'm using for the belt. When I'm stitching it, I'll make here a little bit smaller, then I'll make the other side a little bit big. It depends on your preference, anyone you want to do, okay? Welcome to the sewing section. Here I am going to be folding the raw edges by 1 inch. Okay, so I'll stitch all the edges. I'll stitch it round, as you can see. Hemming means to fold up the raw edge. Okay, that's what I'm doing. I'll do it for all sides, as you can see. To my subscribers, you rock. Now what I'm going to be doing, I'm done hemming, as you can see. Now this is for the belt. I will just go ahead and sew the raw edge, and I'll leave one place open for me to turn, to enable me to turn, as you can see. So I'm stitching that down part now. I'll turn it like this. Remember I told you I want the bottom part to be wider. So as I'm stitching, I'll be going in by 0.5 inch gradually, 1 inch gradually, 2 inches gradually, as you can see. Okay, it's it's very clear. As you can, I will just chop up the raw edge. Okay, then I'll turn it. What I do for this, I'll be replicating for the other belts. You know, we have two belts. Okay, I'm just trimming out the excess, then I'll turn. Be sure to give it a good press. Okay, so I'm done with the belts. I've gone ahead to give it a good press. Okay, as you can see, I'll fold the other edge in. Then remember on our waist measurement, where we had our waist measurement, it's actually 16 inches. Okay, so I'm going to be stitching the belt there. I think when we cut it was about 18, but when we folded in and all that, we got 16. So I'm placing it at 16. You can place it at 18 depending on where your waist is or what you want. You can decide to place it on your waist or your under bust. It depends on your preference. Okay, so I'm just stitching it down. Then this is for the neck. This is for the button. Okay, to pass the loop for the button to pass. I'll just go ahead and interface the neck. Okay, I want to do it like a turtleneck, so I'm going to be explaining it shortly. Okay, I've interfaced it, as you can see. I'll just go ahead and pin. Now, like I said, I'll be taking half an inch to stitch it. Okay, I'll be taking half an inch to stitch it. Okay, I'll stitch I'll stitch to this. I'll open up 1 inch. I'll open up 1 inch. Okay, so I'm stitching it like this, half an inch. I'll stitch here, I'll stop here, I'll leave here open. That is where this is going to fit in when I turn. Okay, then when we get here, the same thing we did for this other place we'll do for here. I'm leaving half an inch. So we are going to be closing this by half an inch. We'll leave here open, we'll close this, we'll leave here open, that will aid us to turn it out. Then we'll close it like this. Okay, so I'll just go ahead and stitch like I explained. I'll stitch it down. I'll come in, I'll leave the opening, okay, for the main bodies to enter. All right, I'll lift my footer up, then continue. Remember to backstitch, okay, to secure your seam. I'll just keep sewing. When I reach the other opening, you can see that's an opening there. I'm done. I'll just chop up the edge. Okay, so when I turn, it's going to be. So I'm turning with the other part. I left it open to aid turning, and then I'll be inserting my loop. I'll take 0.5 inch inwardly, give it a good press, and I'll insert my loop. Okay, I'll secure it down. So I inserted this in, then I stitched it. There's going to be a button here. Don't know if you can see. Okay, this is what I'm going to be doing. I'm going to be taking like 1 inch, 1 inch. Okay, I'm using 1 inch to fix it in. See, I fixed it in. So I'll go ahead and top stitch it. So I'm going to be fixing the button here. Okay, I'll be fixing the button here, and this is what it will look like. When we are done, you're going to see it. So this piece is going to be cut. Thanks for watching. See you on my next one. Bye.